is an officer meeting next Monday. If the current officers would you guys like to hold just maybe like a 15 or 20-minute meeting, or maybe we can just like log on at 6 and kind of discuss some things kind of going forward. I would like just to get some things off my chest and kind of see where you guys are at too. And I think it'll be beneficial for us. And if we end a little early, we can all take a little break before the regular meeting starts. Are you, the officers, okay with doing that next meeting starting at 6 o'clock?
Sounds good. That'll be Monday the 24th, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next,
Sounds good.
I just have two more things. So David, could you please just give us a brief description of the Distinguished Club? And I just saw some emails back and forth from Maurice, and I am one of the ones who just finished, I believe, my pathway or one of my levels. So I will get on and do I'll do my module. But could you kind of fill everybody in so we're all on the same page with that?
Sure. The Distinguished Club is, I guess, a goal that Hilltoppers has. And to meet that goal, to be recognized as a distinguished club, there's certain criteria that we need to meet, including having so many levels completed by different members. And there may be some other things as well. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with it, but that's the basics of it. So that's another part of Toastmasters International, and it's like being a distinguished Toastmaster or that sort of thing, except for the entire club. So it looks good, and it might attract more members and that sort of thing.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, David. I appreciate it.
Diego may know more about it.
Yeah, I'm going to get on and definitely finalize my module. So, hopefully it'll help us get one step closer.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, Labor Day meeting. Maurice brought up a really good point. Labor Day is coming up September 7th. Would you guys like to hold a vote now on whether we'd like to have a meeting on Labor Day? My personal opinion is I'm going to vote no, and I probably will vote no on most kind of major holidays, just to kind of give a break and enjoy the day, enjoy the holidays, unless we really need to have that meeting to meet some goals, or if we have somebody that needs to practice for an upcoming speech, we can definitely have the meeting. But if you're for a meeting for September 7th on Labor Day, can you raise your hand? Okay, I don't see any hand raised, so we will not host a meeting on September 7th on Labor Day. Okay, with that, does anybody have any club business that they would like to pass to the club? Carrie?
Hi, everyone. I am a money collector right now. It's time to pay the membership again. And I believe you all received the PayPal email by now. I did sometimes last week. And so please make a payment. Thank you.
Hey,
thank you, Carrie.
I also received an email and it was addressed to me saying, are you from Ron saying, Abdul, are you collecting? And so I did not reply to it because I was sure that you were hosting it. So, okay. And this fees is for this months, like August, September, October, or what?
Yes, due date is October 1st, but I would like to receive as soon as possible, of course. And then that $45 for membership fee for 6 months, from October, and $10 for local club fee for 6 months from October.
Got it.
The total is $55.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like our club business is wrapped up, and I will turn it over to our Toastmaster this evening, and that is Donovan.
Thank you, Luke. First, I'm gonna go over the different rules. First, I would like to call on Cheyenne to explain what the general Bible rule is.
Thank you, Donovan. Hi, like you said, my name is Cheyenne. I'm not sure if we have any guests today, but welcome. I'll be the general evaluator. So at the end of the meeting, I will give an overall synopsis of the meeting, how it went, and I'll also call on the other reports that you will hear from in just a moment. Thank you. Back to you, Donovan.
Thank you, Cheyenne. The next person will be the timer. Luke, can you explain what the timer rule is?
Sure. Good evening, everybody, again. So the timer's role is just to help, keep everybody on time with the speeches, evaluations, and table topics. So for our one speaker tonight, his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So you will see the green top at 5. You'll see the yellow top at 6, and then the red top at 7. For our table topics, you're going to see the same color-coded scheme that I just showed you, but for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and then 2 minutes. And for our speech evaluations, it will be the same. So you'll see the green at 2 minutes, the yellow at 2:30, and then the red top at 3 minutes. Back to you, Donovan.
Thank you. It's actually right back to you. Can you explain what the all counter rule is, please?
Yes, the all counter is a role that I'm very good at because I use a lot of filler words all the time. So it's a chance to listen to other people and even myself and try to find these filler words such as ums or anything that's just kind of breaking up the natural pauses that we have.
Thank you, Luke. The next role I would like to go over is the table topics. Olivia, would you mind explaining what the table topics is?
Sure thing, Donovan. Good evening, everyone. I will be your table topics master for the evening. And the table topics portion is done in various ways. Tonight, I would like to call on particular names and then ask the question. You will come to our virtual lecture and you will have 2 minutes to answer or provide feedback on the question.
Thank you, Olivia.
Back to you,
The next role I'd like to go over is the grammarian. Majid, would you be gracious enough to explain what the grammarian role is?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Majid. I will be the grammarian for this evening. I will be looking for inappropriate use of English language and also the word of the day, which is altruism. Altruism. Which means when you have concerns for happiness for others, other human beings or other animals, that's a social behavior, altruism. The belief or practice of interest and selflessness concern for well-being of others. Selflessness concern of well-being of others. And especially we have seen this word with this issue going on. We have so many heroes working around, helping elders. And so this is a good opportunity for us to practice altruism in our livelihood around neighborhood or be at work. So this is the word of the day: altruism, selfless concern for well-being of others. With this, I'll relinquish the lectern back to Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Majid. The next step that I would like to right now I want to dive right into the first speaker. David, would you mind start your speech, please?
Sure. I think Olivia had mentioned doing the pledge. I think we had forgotten to do that at the start. If we want to do that first.
Sorry about that, Olivia. Just trying to stay on time. Olivia, would you
Oh, yeah,
mind?
sure.
This?
Yeah, the invocation for today is man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. And that is Andre Gide or Guide, Gide is the last name of the author of that pledge. I'm sorry, of that thought. And if we will cross our hearts, I will do our pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag
of the
of the
United
United
States of
States of
America
America and
and
to
to
the
the republic
republic for
for
which
which
it
it stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for
all.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Olivia.
David. Thanks to you, Donovan.
All right, now let's get into the speech. David, would you mind start your speech, please?
Sure, thank you. 1 second. Good evening, everyone. This is from level 4 of my dynamic leadership pathway. It's called Building a Social Media Presence. And my speech title is Digital Davy, My Life on Social Media. So to start this exercise, I thought I would see just what my life on social media has been. I was thinking I'm on Facebook, a few other things, and a handful of forums. So I made a list and I was shocked. Yes, I'm on Facebook, but I'm also on something called Nextdoor, LinkedIn, Meetup, Strava, Pinterest, even EasySpeak counts. On EasySpeak, there's a forum where we can connect to each other and we connect up and sign up for roles. You people better keep using EasySpeak. It's a great thing. But beyond that, there's anything in my life I've become interested in nowadays or for the last few decades. I go online, I find websites, and if there's a forum, I'll join it. And I've been joined to probably about 30 different forums, and some of them I'm still active in. It's been just amazing how much presence I have on social media without even realizing it. I think we all probably do. We do a lot more than we think about. I'll give one example of a forum. There is a television show called television channel called MeTV. And on Saturday nights, there's a show called Svengoolie. He's a horror show host, and he is corny, and the shows are old, and I just love it. And so I went to his website, and he has a forum. So I joined the forum, and over the years, I've kept up with some of the members, and it's amazing. They've grown to be like family to me, just really near and dear to my heart. So social media can be a really powerful thing. This module talks about building your brand, and I hadn't really thought about it, but on social media, on the internet, everything I do is, there's a record of it, and people can see me online, see what I do, and that becomes my brand. It becomes me. So, and in this age of the pandemic, that's even more important, that because a lot of times, or most situations, we can't see each other one-on-one, face-to-face anymore. So it's really a critical thing. And I can represent myself with good behavior, or I can be, bad. It's really up to me. So for my assignment, I was asked to enhance one of my social media profiles. So I picked Facebook because Facebook is the monster in my social media life. The first thing I did was I posted an updated profile picture. Not just any picture. I really went through my photos to try to find the real me, something that captures my essence. And lately, for the last year, I've really fallen in love with bicycling. I do a lot of mountain bike riding, just all over the place. So I found a picture of me after a long ride. I'm on my bicycle. I had done a selfie. I'm wearing my helmet, and I've got my gloves on, and just glistening sweat, and the sun setting. and the colors are warm, and I'm just happy. I'm very serene, and the photo really captures it. So I did that, and I posted that as my profile picture, and got just a lot of amazing comments, and it's just really me. It represents me. Another thing I did to meet the requirements of this assignment was I posted a little story, and I made a post on my Facebook timeline feed of earlier this summer. There was a situation where 2 mockingbirds, a mom and dad, decided to build a nest right next to my mailbox in a little bush that surrounds my mailbox. So for a while, whenever I checked the mail, I had to look because I was going to get attacked from one direction or another, because these were mockingbirds. And mockingbirds are like the World War II dive bombers of the world, of the bird population. They are aggressively defend their nest. But what I did also, I would sneak little pictures. So I took pictures of the nest with the eggs in it, and then with the newborns, when the babies hatched, I took pictures of them and as they grew up. And then I posted those in chronological order on my timeline along with a cute little story. So that got a lot of attention, and that captures me again. That's something I love to do. It was just a beautiful thing. Another thing I did was keep my Facebook profile up to date. I went through and liked some things. In Facebook, you can like something, an event or a Facebook page that you're interested in. So I found the Hilltoppers website page, their Facebook page. I had never liked it. So I liked it. And I also joined some Facebook groups. There are different private groups we can join. And did you know that Toastmasters International has a Facebook group with over 25,000 members? So I joined it, and now that will be a great resource for us. And this got me to thinking just how important it is to keep active and current on social media, because nothing says I don't care to me more than looking at somebody's social media feed, whether it be a blog or Facebook page, and there's just no activity. They haven't done anything for months and months or years. So I think it's a critical thing these days. So I went on to Facebook 11 years ago, mainly to connect with some old childhood friends that I knew were on Facebook. But it's become so much more than that. Facebook is it's the ultimate resume in our lives. Whether we're talking about jobs or dating or friendships, anything and everything. When someone looks at my timeline on Facebook, they really see me. They see what I'm about. So it's all great, right? Everything's wonderful. Not really. Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, the founder, said that he will never take money from me for using Facebook. He'll never charge. But he takes something that's far more valuable to me. He takes my time. Now, when I go into Facebook, it's hard not to get sucked into a rabbit hole of viral videos and other distractions, all with their little advertisements, buy this, buy that. And I go on just for a few minutes to check to see what my friends are doing, and 2 hours later and 100 videos, I'm thinking, what happened? So I'm working on a solution to this, but I haven't quite come up with it yet. And another thing with Facebook or other social media is it's easy to fall into a rabbit hole of negative reactions. I kind of consider this similar to road rage, where someone posts something and it shows up on my timeline and I find it just outrageous. And I want to get on my keyboard and tell them in a very nice way what an idiot they are. But I've learned that that is not a good thing to do. And now I do occasionally speak out, but I try to speak from the heart and in a loving way. And if I just can't deal with a person, I'll either unfriend them or more likely unfollow. In Facebook, you can unfollow someone and still be connected to them, but not have to see their postings. So I'll leave you with this. I've been in therapy for a while. No surprise there, right? I've seen a therapist for a long time. And the one thing that she said to me that resonates more than anything else is be the authentic me. Be me. Don't try to be someone else. And that applies to social media as much or more than in real life. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. That was very inspiring. So let's move on to the table topics portion. Olivia, would you mind to start your table topics, please?
Yes, sure. I am excited about table topics tonight. And I said I was going to call on names first, but I don't think I'm going to put anybody on the spot. So I'm just going to ask the question, and then anyone that would like to answer it, feel free. So the first question is, does Sunday signify the beginning of the new week or the end of the week, and also known as the weekend? The question is, does Sunday signify the beginning of the new week? I mean, for you personally, do you take Sunday as being the beginning of the week or the end of the week?
I can answer this question.
Go ahead.
Let me get my timer first so I don't ramble on. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, I was asked to reflect on if I consider Sunday to be the beginning of a new week or the end of the weekend. I would consider Monday to be the beginning of a new week. So through process of elimination, that means that I consider Sunday to be the end of the weekend. And what a bleak and upsetting and negative day that is for me, to recognize that the weekend is over and Monday is going to be another day of work and stress and responsibility. Yes, I don't really like Mondays. If it hasn't been gleaned already from my response. But there is one thing that I think I need to take to heart that I want to share with you all. Is a former member of our Toastmasters group named Tom Hagman. He told me at his age, every day is a gift, and that really told me that I should not take Mondays for granted, and I shouldn't look at Mondays as some terrible fate or punishment that is beset upon me every 7 days. I should actually recognize that sometimes having a Monday is better than not having a day at all. And I think that gives me perspective. And honestly, reflecting on this now and telling you this now is the first time I've remembered this piece of wisdom. So I need to continue to exercise that going forward. What a great piece of altruistic and kind saying coming from Tom Hagman. I'm very appreciative of his altruism and giving me a better perspective on Mondays. Back to you, Olivia.
Diego, you answered that question just the way I hoped that someone would, to give you a different way of looking at Sundays. That was the whole point, to not look at it as the gleam dark and oh, it's over and that Monday's coming and here comes, the dreaded Monday. So you started out and then you changed it and I was like, oh my goodness, that's just what I was trying to do, get someone to look at Sundays and Mondays in a different light. So with that being said, very good, Diego. My next question is for anyone else. Mondays are not that bad because, that is the question. Mondays are not that bad because, go ahead, Luke.
All right, I don't think I'm muted here. All right, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm sorry if you see a little head down here. This is my little 9-pound dog. She's terrified of thunder, and it's thundering outside, so I have to put her in my lap. The question is, what makes Mondays not so bad? And I have to say it's coming to Toastmasters because it's something that I do enjoy. I do look forward to it. And to be honest, when I first started out looking for clubs, I noticed that a lot would only meet one time a month or maybe 2 times a month, and it was like 12 in the afternoon. It was like these really odd times. So to find a club that literally met weekly, which was meeting, you know, my personal goals of really gaining that exposure and getting the experience that I needed, really benefited me. So to find Hilltoppers locally here, it was great for me to do. I truly look forward to coming to the meeting. I enjoy our banter before and after the meetings, and I think we have great meetings, and we're all here for one thing, to get better. And so this is a safe, good spot to be, and I think we're doing great. So that's why I enjoy Mondays. Back to you, Ms. Topics Master.
Very good, Luke. Yeah, that is a good reason to like Mondays, because we get to see my lovely face.
That's right.
Okay. And the next question is, did you notice the crisp air this morning? If so, what was your first thought? Did you notice the crisp air this morning? And if so, what was your first thought? Did no one notice the air this morning?
Hey, Olivia, I can try at least.
Okay. Go ahead, Majid. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. The question being asked is, did you observe the crisp this morning and crisp air this morning, and what was my thought? So this is a really interesting point, and we were just speaking about this last night as well with my mom and my family when we were talking about greater environment. But before going to that point, it's the crisp this air this morning. So it's kind of motivation. Like once you wake up, once you hit the ground, hit your foot on the ground for your responsibilities and jobs, the first thing you see, okay, you're healthy, you're hitting the ground, and you're having your work or your school. So it's a motivation for everyone. It's a blessing that we have all blessed with. We are healthy, and we saw another blessed day, and also we are in good hands. Like overall, we have all our things aligned. So it's an exciting moment. And also to the point that I wanted to answer, like an environmental point of view, like we were just speaking about last night, how ozone is healing. I think the big spots over Australia is like 70%, and one of the document I read is 70% healed because of this lockdown. So it's the crisp air is getting better every day and more healthier every day. So for us to enjoy. With this, I'll relinquish the lecture back to Ms. Master, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Majid. That was a really nice answer. Yeah, especially about the healing of the ozone layer. I heard about that a couple weeks or maybe a month ago, and I was like, wow, everything really does happen. Truly, I believe everything happens for a reason. So, yeah, but this morning when I was walking into work, I normally don't get the initial temperature because I park in my garage, but when I got to work and got the car, I was like, wow, it feels good. It smelled good. It was clean and crisp outside. I was like, oh yeah, I'm waiting to see a couple leaves start to change or something. Okay, I don't want to hold anyone else up. So my next question is this: the saying. What does the saying "do not put the cart before the horse" mean? Give an example. What does the saying "do not put the cart before the horse" means? And I had this question with Carrie in mind.
I'll take it if she doesn't want it.
Okay.
Let me start. Hold on just a second. Okay. Hi, everyone. I've been asked to explain what the expression "don't put the cart before the horse" means. I believe that I've heard this before, and I'm not entirely sure what it means, but I think it means to not plan ahead for something that you don't have the first steps for, if I had to guess. It means to take it one step at a time and make sure that you're prepared for what's directly in front of you before you go 3 steps ahead. You have to get to 1 and 2 before you can get to 3, 4, and 5. An example of this, just irrelevant, me and Kyler will frequently have talks of what we would do if we won the lottery. So I think that is a relevant expression if I'm using it correctly. So we're planning out all of the things we would do and pay off and get, and obviously we haven't won the lottery yet. So if I had to use an expression for my life, that is what I would use. Thank you, and I turn the lectern back to you.
Very good, Cheyenne. I'm sorry, I'm calling you your husband's name. Very good, Cheyenne. That's exactly what it means. Don't put the cart before the horse. I can think of a ridiculous example would be, don't go out and buy a new set of tires and you haven't bought the new car yet. So buy the car first, then buy the tires. Or don't send out invitations to the wedding and you don't have the venue yet, something like that. So yeah, and you're right. In its essence, it is take things in order, one day at a time, one step at a time. I mean, I like to be spontaneous and just do things randomly, but some things do require a lot of processes, and just do things step by step. And I think that's the key to success. The last question I have is, this question is, and David, I would love for you to answer it. The question is, I'm happy today because.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am happy today because, well, I'm happy today because I'm learning. Even though I'm 56 years old, I'm still learning. I think we never stop learning, but I'm learning to live in the moment. I'm learning that today is all I have. It's all any of us have. And if I'm not going to be happy today, I'm not going to be happy tomorrow. Doesn't mean that I'm always going to like everything that happens today, but it does mean that I need to be content. And when I'm content and accepting of life on life's terms, happiness just follows. I read this meditation instructor talked about, I forget the term, but basically it means that for example, they interviewed people that had made, say, $20,000 a year and said, what would it take to be happy? And they said, well, if I could make $50,000 a year, then I would be happy. So they interviewed a bunch of people that made $50,000 a year and said, what would it take for you to be happy? And they said, well, if I could make $100,000 a year, I think I would be happy. And the point is, no matter what we have, we always want something more, but if we can accept what we have and be content with it, happiness will follow. And that's an easy thing for me to say, but it's a very difficult thing for me to practice, because I'm like those people. I'm always, well, if I had this, I would be happy. If I had that, I would be happy. But all I have is today. And I can be happy today, and I am. I have beautiful people in my life. I have a Toastmasters meeting I can come to. I have friends that I can see, even if it's just online. It's a great thing. So I'm happy today, and that's a great question. Thank you, Olivia, and back to you.
All right, David, thank you. I was hoping that while you were answering it, that other people would be thinking about, while they're still listening to you, things that we have to be thankful for or happy for today. Even in times like this, I still think that we have a lot to be grateful for. And David, I would love to say that your eyes lit up while you were talking, but your eyes are always bright. So I love to hear you speak because you have such great energy. So thank you for that. And that will be it for me. If you want to take over, Diego, you can. Or if not, I have a couple more questions, but I kind of want to hear yours. So if you're ready, I'll let you take over as my co-table topics master tonight.
Thank you, Olivia. But
You're welcome.
I see it is 7:22, and I do want to be respectful of the agenda, so I will not. I won't share my table topics questions unless by popular demand, unless I'm outvoted.
Well, I just want to hear like one question. Do we have time for one, Luke?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, I was trying to find the mute button there. Yeah, I think we definitely have time for one question since we're not having the second evaluation too. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Okay. All right, gang. I want you to close your eyes first. And I want you to imagine that you are in charge of an organization, a volunteer organization. Imagine, so I know Olivia cares a lot about empowerment and motivational speaking. So Olivia, I want you to imagine you have the spotlight on this community event about this thing that you're very passionate about. Or Cheyenne, I know cares a lot about comedy. And so maybe she's imagining a scenario where she's about to announce the next main event, the next comedic moment. Everyone, I want you to imagine that big message or that huge cause that you are part of. And I want you to imagine you're about to have the spotlight put on you to announce the next big main event. And my challenge to you is in the next, for between a minute up to 2 minutes, I want you to explain what event you're about to present. And I would encourage you to do these two things. Number one, thank your audience and thank the members. You can say them by name or you can give them false names, whatever you want. Thank your members for putting together this community event. And then the second thing I would recommend you do that you'll get bonus points on is if you plug your social media for that club, if you plug your Twitter, if you plug your YouTube, if you plug your Facebook channel, whatever, the social media stuff. So those are the two main things. Thank your audience and your members and plug your group name. So with that information in mind, I would like a volunteer to share these two, MC the event, and then make sure you highlight these two things. I saw Olivia's hand up first, so we're going to ask her to go first. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and I am so proud to be here tonight as we speak about motivating our youth. And the name of our meeting agenda tonight is Get Busy. I would like to thank everyone that came out to participate, all of the guests, all the additional speakers, everyone who played a role in getting our youth out here tonight. And I would also like to thank the youth for coming out. You could have been anywhere and done anything, but yet you chose to come here and listen to me, Olivia, and a panel of other keynote speakers. I would like for you to remember to visit me at www.getbusy.com. The title of my message is, and it may sound graphic, but it is so true. You need to get busy living or get busy dying. And if you think about life in that way, that is exactly what we are getting busy doing. You can either spend your waking moments finding ways to better your life or making the best out of the time that you have, which is the time that is in the present, or you can sit around and waste your time away. I do believe that our days are numbered, so in that time frame, you need to do what you can do. Either get busy living or get busy dying. Meet me at www.getbusy.com. Also, my Facebook is Olivia Haston Carter Get Busy. And you can also find me on Instagram at Mrs. Sweets Get Busy Doing, Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying. Thanks again to all who came out, and I cannot wait to hear your feedback. Thank you.
Excellent work, Olivia. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I know it's clear you have this speech in your back pocket, or you've done this thing before. So that's really great. What a great first example to have. Do we have time for, well, I would request one more volunteer to do the same major things, tell everyone about what your event, what your cause is. Thank your audience and your members, and make sure you plug your social media. I would like to request one more volunteer. I don't. Okay, if you want to do it, I don't see your hand raised, so you gotta unmute yourself.
I think let's see here. I think Cheyenne is dying to do it.
Okay, yeah, let's hear Cheyenne do it.
I wanted to give someone else a chance that didn't get to. Majid he's smiling. I want to give someone else a chance. Lauren did one.
Yeah, Majid, let's hear you.
Yeah, I could do it. I can try at least because we have a very excellent example from Olivia. I'm trying to imitate how I could get closer. Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the event Clean Old Shell. I was planning for this event but never executed. We have Old Shell Road here that I volunteer in a mosque here and have planned so many times, but I'm going to use that thought that I never executed. So Clean Old Shell Road. I would like to welcome all of you who volunteered for this project. This neighborhood road that we drive in every day, and we depend on city to clean, which is once in a while, but we all share responsibility. You know, things happen, things drop, but it's a safety hazard as well. So I really love that you guys came outside and trying to volunteer for our Clean Old Shell Road project. I would like to thank all the parents who brought their youth to participate in this project. With this, they would learn the value of life, you know, how things are valuable. Nothing comes for free. It needs it needs a hard work. So the luxury that we have, the clean roads, is also maintained by the city, but it's a voluntary program, so our youth can understand where we stand and the efforts that is being taken place by all the entities involved in supplying a clean environment for them. So I also like to thank the organization who helped us organize this Clean Old Shell project, and also the volunteers who stand up and spend some time on it. And also please join us in our social media group, like us or our Facebook page, Clean Old Shell Road, and be part of our group. Thanks. I'll relinquish the lecture back to Mr. Table Topic Master.
Excellent job, Majid. For a first time, excellent job. It's good that
Very good.
you can think fast on your feet. That's great. And now, if you do host that event, you have some template to go off from. Excellent work.
Yeah, and I see some volunteers too. All buzz.
Yes, that's right. Excellent work. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this thought exercise, and I will relinquish the lectern back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, Diego. That was very interesting. So the next portion is going to be the evaluation portion. So I would like to call upon Cheyenne to have her as the general evaluator.
All right. Thank you so much, Donovan. I love tonight. I think it was a great meeting. So we'll go through with our evaluations, and then I'll give my general evaluation at the end. But first, I'd like to call upon the first evaluator for David's speech. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure who that is this evening.
Carrie, would you do your evaluation of David Roberts?
Yes, I would like to welcome Carrie to complete David's evaluation.
Thank you, Cheyenne. I'm going to evaluate first prepared speaker, David. His topic is Digital David, My Life on Social Media. I would like to talk about the 6 points in total. So let's start. First of all, gesture, his facial expression, and hand gesture, and plenty of eye contact. And that really looks like a three-dimensional. We are on a Zoom, very two-dimensional. So three-dimensional is more, makes us excited. That was very good. Second point is sound quality. Because he using the headphone mic, the quality is really good, beautiful sound. And sound is very important on Zoom. That's what I learned in the officers meeting. So sound is good, that was very good. Third is vocal. I like his control the speed of speaking, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. And then he also speak English word, one word to one word. And sometimes fast again, sometimes slow. And those give the rhythm of speaking. And we really enjoy, never get bored. It's like we listen to the music. And the second, also pacing. It's kind of the same as the control of speed, but also pacing. He did his own pace, not really rushing it or not too slow or lazy attitude. His own pace. And fourth point is example or structure of his speech. He used I believe, 2 examples, and one of them is very specific and then based on his personal experience, such as the bird and hatch, and that really makes us feel it, and that kept audience interested and help us understand. And the fifth point is, I have to tell this, you may have to work on, even I don't want to, but let me say, I saw your vocal variety being improved, very, very improved. However, you could exaggerate, you could improve it even more. How? You could exaggerate some more. You may be afraid of it, I don't know, but it's okay sometimes. Yes, sometimes, it's okay to do that, because again, that give you the rhythm, and we are really excited to see it. And the last one is comfort level. I saw you look comfortable level. I mean, you look confident, comfortable to speak in public, to make a public speech. And that's one of the great improvements that I saw tonight. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Carrie, for delivering that speech with great altruism. I butchered that. Thank you very much. So now we will go to our other reports. So can we start with the timers report?
All right, good evening, everybody. So let me see if I can read my own handwriting here. So for the timers report, I have for Majid, you had 2 table topics. I had 152 and 151. So you're right on the money there. Olivia, I had 1 minute and 56 seconds. David, for your speech, I had 8 minutes and 38 seconds. For David, also for his table topic, I had 1 minute and 58 seconds. For Carrie's evaluation, I had 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Cheyenne, I had for your table topic, 1 minute and 17 seconds. And Diego, I had 2 minutes and 12 seconds for your table topic. And I'm sorry if I didn't hold up my colors. Sometimes I'm listening to what you guys are saying, and then I realize that I'm past time, so I would hold it up real quick. So that was my fault. But great job, everybody. And I'll turn it back over to our general evaluator.
All right, thank you. And could we please get the report from the all counter and, just the all counter?
Okay, that'll be me once more. So Majid, I had 4 uhs from you. From Olivia, I had 3 uhs. David, I think out of everything that you spoke, I only caught 1 but you always do a great job with no filler words. Carrie, I didn't detect any. Cheyenne only had 1 from you, And Diego, I did not catch any from you. Donovan, I have caught 2 ums. And myself, I have caught myself probably over 5 times. So I'm just going to give myself at least 5. And I'll turn it back over to General Evaluator.
All right, thank you so much. And can we now get the report from the grammarian?
Hello everyone, this is Majid. Now that the R counters report is already out, so you could use as much as you want. So the word for altruism was a day for this evening. I saw Cheyenne used once, Diego used once. I don't know if I missed any. I used once when I initiated it. About the grammar, I didn't see any inappropriate use of English language or the grammar. Everyone was flawless from what my observation is. With this, I'll relinquish the lectern back to Cheyenne.
All right, thank you so much. I do like the word of the day. I'll try to incorporate that in my general life because I think it's always good to use positive words, and I like that word a lot. So now I'll give my general evaluation of the meeting. We started on time, which is good. I made it a conscious decision to try to log in 5 minutes early, and it looked like I was the last one on, so good job, everyone. It was just reiterated to go ahead and pay our fees as early as we can and not wait until close to the due date, which I'm guilty of. So gonna try to get those in early this year as well. And I liked our speech that we had from David. Social media is so prevalent in our world today. And I think it's important to take a look and step back and take a look and see, you know, how much time you're spending on it. Are you using it productively? And like he said, is it stealing your time, or are you able to use it as a tool? Because I know if I'm bored, just the first thing I'll do is just sit and scroll on my phone, and then before you know it, an hour has passed, and it's really shocking how much time can go on your phone. Which his speech tied in really well with our table topics. Olivia gave us a chance to stop and think about our day-to-day, and days kind of drag on before you realize, which is actually really timely. I saw a really sad video today. I'll send it to you guys if you want to see it, but it kind of puts things in perspective. If you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, you know, right out of college, and you know you're living for the weekends, and you know you have your afternoons, you only have 11 years of your life of free time. That shocked me. Once you add up, like once you take away Monday through Friday, and it breaks it down even more, but that's shocking. So I'll send that to y'all because it just kind of puts it in perspective to not let little things steal our time. So that's my evaluation. I think we did an excellent job. Don't forget to sign up for roles for next week, and I will pass it back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you, everyone. The next point is an education overview. Luke, do you have anything?
I do, and it should be relatively quick. And I don't think necessarily it's a educational overview, but more something that I noticed about myself the last couple of weeks. I think more so ever since I took the president role, and I'm not sure why, but I thought it would be a good learning experience for everybody. So a quick backstory. When I got into Toastmasters, I got in for one specific reason: to stand up in front of people and speak. It wasn't necessarily what speech I'm speaking. It wasn't necessarily if I was using the best vocal variety, hand gestures, or anything. It was literally exposure therapy to get up, have people's eyes on me be the center of attention, because I don't necessarily like that. I've never really been comfortable doing that. And so for me, it was all about exposure. And as the years went by, did I try to meet the goals of what the speech was asking? Yes, I did. Did I try to incorporate some of the evaluation feedback? I did, but it was not my main focus. So my main focus was still, and even up to, you know, last week, it was really just exposure. It's speaking and getting out there and trying to feel more comfortable. So, you know, after watching, you know, Carrie, she completed her level 2 in effective coaching. David, he completed his level 4 in his dynamic leadership, and he did that with tonight's speech. So congratulations, David. And Diego, he just completed, you know, his level 5 in his pathway and moved on. Not to mention, one of the most scarier things is Carrie went and won a speech contest, which is amazing. And but I think speaking in front of just us is you know, brings up a little bit of nerves. I can imagine, you know, going out and challenging myself and doing a speech competition, because there's just it just adds such a more of like a degree of skill, I guess. So what I'm trying to say is today's educational overview is really just to help try to motivate us, is that help motivate me to, you know, progress steadily through our pathway. So we are making the most out of Toastmasters, and to challenge us, you know, and to make that conscious effort to use those evaluation feedbacks and really use them. So one of my main things that I always hear is I'm too reserved, you know, I'm monotone, I don't have vocal variety, I don't use hand gestures. Well, that's my go-to, because when I get behind there, I'm more monotone, I'm more serious, I am more reserved, and that's where I feel comfortable. So going forward, that is my goal. I'm going to try to be a little bit more lively on the other end and use hand gestures and do these things that I wasn't necessarily doing because I was focused on exposure pretty much primarily. So with that, I just challenge everybody to keep that in mind as you're going forward, because that is what's going to make us better. Okay, you know, and especially when we get put in some of these leadership and public speaking roles that we might encounter. So that is the educational overview. And with that, Donovan, it looks like we're going to go straight into awards. So I will be presenting an award tonight. And I want to, first off, say, so this is Diego's last meeting as an official member, guys. I know we kind of said that in the past, but it looks like this might be it. Diego is going to come back and visit us as a guest. And I hope he can make it back a lot, actually. So you're an asset to the club, Diego, and we're going to miss you. But here's your certificate. So this is his level 5 pathways for innovative planning. So let's give Diego a round of applause. And so I got one quick question, Diego. What path are you going to do next?
My path is the PhD. So whatever path Toastmasters Pathways gets me to that, that's the one that I'm going to do. I see there's one on presentation mastery, so maybe that one most fits, since I'm going to be lecturing and like teaching students. But I haven't really looked into the next path right now. I've been way more occupied with orientation and learning the new campus and learning the new space, things like that. But hopefully I'll make a decision on that soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Diego, and we definitely wish you well going forward, and we know that you're going to be doing good things. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. The awards are done. Donovan, you're a Toastmaster tonight. You did a great job. Do you have, would you like to say anything before I close out the meeting?
Just one thing. Hey, Carrie, would you mind sending me the evaluation of the speech?
Did you
Carrie.
call me?
Yes. Can you send me the evaluation of David's speech?
Submit. I'll give it to him.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
No, can you give it to me too?
For sure. Just give me a
Thank you.
couple days. I want to finish fill out all the pages.
All right,
And
thank you.
Donovan.
Go ahead, Luke.
Okay. All right. Well, I think if nobody has anything else to pass, I think it was another great meeting tonight. And I look forward to next Monday, as I said in my table topics. And just a quick reminder, so for all current officers, let's log on at 6 and have a Zoom meeting. I am going to have like a list of topics that I would like to discuss. And I will put those in the email because I want everybody to kind of come to the table prepared, you know, to know what we're talking about so we can have, you know, good constructive comments instead of just, you know, last minute, you know, I hit you with a question and then, you know, when we get done with the meeting tonight, you're like, oh man, I wish I would have told him that. So I will preload the questions. And if you guys have anything you want to bring up, please, you know, make it known, and we'll have a good officer meeting before the club meeting starts on Monday. So with that, I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you guys next Monday.
Also, one thing.
Yes, Gary?
Next week, I'd like to make a speech, but mine's occupied probably, I mean, mine takes about 10 to 20 minutes. So probably I'm the only one who will be prepared to speak. And please, anybody want to speak, but hold on.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
No, that's definitely good to know. And I saw your speech request on Easy Speak. So you probably will, with that time frame, be the only speaker. And we look forward to hearing your speech, Carrie.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, everyone have a good week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Carrie,
Good
what
night.
do you plan on talking about for 20 minutes?
First 10 minutes is kind of group discussion.